Hey, my name's Aaron Levine from Parker, Colorado, and I'm making a video today. I wanted to talk a little bit. I just recently 100% tore my tricep from the elbow when I was playing hockey about 3.5 weeks ago, and wanted to make a video about my experience moving forward and what I'm going to do to try to get back off the bench and back off to being active here, and to kind of cut that time down. Most of you, if you guys have been through this, you probably have heard it takes about a year to get back to 100%. I'd like to safely try and get back, cut that time by a third, doing it safely by working with my doctors and physical therapists as well. So, what got me to make this video is just got on YouTube after this happened, and I couldn't really find any good information out there. I found some stuff I didn't agree with guys working out after a week, stuff like that. I don't want to push myself to a point where I could get a reset and have to go through this again. So I thought maybe I'd share my experience and maybe get some feedback from you all as well about what's worked for you too. So just brief my background. I'm almost 48 years old. I'm somewhat of a competitive athlete. I work out, try to work out twice a day, 6 to 7 days a week. Multi-sport athlete, so I usually do cardio in the morning, and then I lift at night. But I'm usually in the gym or in the class or out mountain biking or whatever for about 2 to 3 hours a day. So for me, this is a devastating injury, just because it's kind of put me out for a while, and I've had a pretty active lifestyle for the last 20 years. So I want to get back at it as soon as I can. So I'll tell you a little bit about my experience and what you might be going through, just from what I've gone through just in the last 3.5 weeks. So again, this happened when I was playing hockey. Uh, about 3.5 weeks ago, I got speared right in between my elbow pad, and it just shaved my tricep totally off right there at the end. Um, Went to the emergency room that night and had an x-ray done, and I want to share that with you first. There is a telltale sign when you first get your x-ray that something is not right. So I'm going to show you what that looks like right now.
So if you notice, there's some definite chipping you'll see just right there at the end of my elbow.
So I did learn when you get this type of chipping, especially if it's a half moon, any small half moon chips at the end of your elbow, that's a pretty good indicator that you've done damage to the tricep as well. So at this point, I wanted to see a specialist. I found a guy pretty close to my gym, Denverville Orthopedics. Wanted to see somebody who had experience working with other athletes, but more importantly, who had done lots of these repairs. And the gentleman I saw has done absolutely hundreds of these. If you guys want his name, I can provide that as well. But went and saw him. He knew, pretty good indicator when I went in there and he felt my arm. He could tell that there was a gap between my elbow and my tricep, and indicated that I would need an MRI. But he was pretty confident, just because of his experience, that I'd done some damage there. So had my MRI that same day. Came back about 2 days after that and met with him again, and the MRI did show that I had completely, you know, had that muscle taken off right at the elbow. One of the important things, and again, did some reading here as well, is if you have any indicators that you have a tear, or you turn it completely off, or any type of tear at the tricep there, you need to go in as soon as possible. The longer you wait, the worse it's going to get, and the less chance you're going to actually have a full recovery, because you can develop scar tissue, and the muscle will atrophy, and it's much harder for a surgeon to put it back on. So with him having that experience, I only have to wait 2 days to actually get in for surgery. I'll show you a quick picture of me right before my sweet little shower cap on before surgery. So here's the splint. They gave me my sling a few days up until surgery, and this is me right about to go in for surgery here. So my surgery was less than an hour. Like I said, this guy's done hundreds of these, so that was great. I think a couple ways they can do the surgery. I did some research before. They can do basically put an anchor on your elbow and attach it there, or they can actually drill holes in your elbow, which is what I had, and then kind of string it through, and have it attached right there. From what I saw and from what he had told me, people that really want to get back to 100%, He likes to do it with just drilling the holes, and then giving it time for that muscle to attach itself back on to the bone itself. So it's incredibly important that after surgery, for the first couple 2-3 weeks, you just don't do anything with your arm. I've still been doing a lot of cardio, um, but I don't do any type of lifting whatsoever. And again, I saw photos of guys out there trying to work shoulders and stuff with staples in their arms. That's just plain, that's ridiculous. I mean, if you can't take a couple weeks off from the gym, you got to get in there to lift 1 pound shoulders. I think you got some bigger issues than just your arm itself. But in any case, the first week I did nothing but watch TV and lay in bed. And the last couple weeks now I've been getting out. So I try and get out every day. I try and get to the gym. And if nothing, I at least try and do some core work and I get cardio. I'll go run some steps, not really run, but I'll walk steps. And I bought a weight vest as well, which I'll wear, and I'll do some treadmill and do some work on the Stairmaster, just wearing my weight vest as well. So I'm trying to keep, the one thing I've noticed is if you can see like the atrophy in my left arm, it's ridiculous when I get my cast off. So basically what I had, and again, they may not put you in a cast, they may put you in a splint. My doctor chose to put me in a cast, and I think he knows the nature of me and probably knew I would maybe try and push it. I'm also a very active sleeper. I have like superhero action dreams every night where I'm running around and stuff. Hence, I flail my arms everywhere. So the worst part for me has been, especially when I had that splint before I got my cast, was waking up, 10, 15 times a night because I was just clenching my tricep right after that surgery, and it hurt super bad. So I'm in a cast for 3 weeks, which isn't too bad. They did take it off between. So basically, with my surgery, I had my surgery, and then was in a splint for a couple days. Went back in, had the sutures looked at, and then they put me in this cast for a week, and then they took off the cast to take off my staples. I'll show you a picture of what my badass scar looked like after that first week. So that's what my arm looked like. They went ahead and took off that cast, took off those staples, and then I got this sweet cast that goes good with my favorite tank top. So I get this off actually in just a couple days here. So I'm really excited. This weekend I'm gonna, again with the permission of my doctor, I talked to him, told him I want to get up to the mountains. I'm gonna go climb a 14er, kind of an easier one. So he is gonna take this off for me at the end of this week and put a splint on. And then hopefully next week I'll start physical therapy. So again, I'm just kind of sharing my experience now. I know especially if you guys are super active, this is a bummer. I'm lucky I work from home, which is great. So, driving and those types of things I've been able to somewhat limit. But I do plan, I'd love to hear your guys' experience and what you might recommend I can do, and what worked and what didn't work. Physical therapy is going to be, I know it's an extremely important step. So from what I've heard from people out there is find somebody that doesn't just put you through the paces, but that's really going to really push you hard. The harder you get pushed, again, safely, but it's going to push you hard the quicker you can come back. So again, I don't want to find somebody that's just going to, that's working with 2-3 patients at the same time. I do want to get pushed, and if that brings tears to my eyes or whatever, that's fine. But I need to get active again. I'm a very hyperactive person, so I need to get back out there as soon as I can. So I will keep posting stuff. The next video I'm going to do is maybe just some different workout, different things you can do to keep that cardio up, keep the weight off. I made some major diet changes. I'm taking in probably half the calories I was because of my less activity right now. But I'm trying to get back into cardio. So my first step is to get my cardio back as quick as possible. I know I'm going to lose a lot of muscle. I know I'm going to lose my upper body quite a bit to some extent, and I'm going to accept that. But I can keep my heart right, still in good shape. I'm getting older. I'm almost 50. I don't want to, let everything else go that I've worked for. So, still trying to eat healthy and at least keep the weight off. And if I get skinny, that's fine. It'll be easier to come back. So, again, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope if you're going through this, it helped to some extent. and I'll have a new video out here pretty soon once I start PT and get my brace on and all that fun stuff. Thanks.